What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 51, picking up from the Lyndell Capital. So before we get going this episode, just to give you a brief recap, at this point, with making it to the capital, as stated before, you're going to want to make sure everything is 100% done before moving forward, as this pretty much just takes you to the rest of the game. So that being said, once we made it to the capital, we had jumped back. We took out all of Upper Kalit, as this was, much higher level before, so now all this is wrapped up in full. We took out all of your bell-bearing hunters, Moonlight Altar, and then finishing up with the four belfries. This knocks everything out. So now you can just move forward from the capital without worrying about looking back. Aside from certain quest lines, really just talking to an NPC here and talking to an NPC there, and that should be it. So either way, once you get to Lindell, if you've done all the steps, Bach will be here. So getting into Bach's quest line, this is where we're going to wrap it up. So he's going to mention how he wants to be reborn. He has heard of Renala and how she rebirths people, but if you guys remember, when Renala rebirths people, they turn out all decrepit and crippled like the children. So things just aren't right. So you have an opportunity to give Bach the larval tier. When he tries to be reborn, what happens is he's going to get killed. So instead of doing that, just go through his dialogue, and we're going to use the prattling pate, "You're beautiful," instead, and this is going to just make him accept himself as he is, keep him alive in his quest. So nothing really comes from it, but you're not going to get your number one supporter killed, because remember, everyone else just wants to kill you. Bach's kind of on your side, so I wouldn't recommend it. We'll give him the happy ending. So did you see it? He's just going to talk about the Erd tree.
The Erd tree. I know it. Oh, please.
Have you ever thought?
Well, they say that Renala of Realu has the
They
power.
just, telling you the same thing I just did.
Well, being.
So I did to try to save some time. So you'll see, give larval tier. So instead of doing that, because that's going to get killed, you go back to Riley Carrier, you just see him dead. We'll go to your inventory, go down to the prattling pate, "You're beautiful." We picked this up in Mount Gelmir, for those that are curious, in case you missed it or weren't following along. So that's like his mom's voice, which is just stuck in that prattling pate for whatever reason. Then I heard a voice.
Thank you, Mum. And now, do you?
So now with that, he is going to ask if you feel the same way. Just say that's right. Then that will wrap up his quest. Like I said, nothing else is going to come from it. However, at least he's not going to get killed. So now that we have done that, we can head on into the capital. So the capital, as I stated before, is one of my favorite legacy dungeons, if not my favorite. It's super cool. It's really, really big. You have multiple things going on here. You have upper levels and rooftops, and there's some buildings you can go in. You have the streets themselves, and you get to climb this fucking dragon and go way out on that big bolt you see there. So it's a lot of really, really cool stuff. So there's a particular way we're going to go through this. Now, firstly, what we're going to be doing is just clearing this portion. I don't really think the map's needed here. I will say in general, once we really get started, this episode, we're going to just follow this main road. We're going to knock out everything here on the left-hand side when we go down. The next episode, we'll finish up. So, with that, for right now, you can't really get lost, We're just going straight on down. We're going to make a little loop and get all the items. So these guys haven't faced this yet. They're not much of a threat. They can put off quite a bit of damage, the bigger ones. They're going to use these bubbles that are going to chase you down. It can be a little annoying to deal with. Stick to the bottom right. It'll let us clear all these guys up. And then we're going to just go back around. Let's go and put on our shield that makes all of our enemies' attacks bounce off. It makes things a little bit easier going through here. So we're going to take them out, work around to your left for your big boy. Pick up your rune right here, rune 10. Now we're going to go straight. So you're going to have Mr. Gargoyle. You could either wait on him to do his thing or just try to, run and jump over it. That's what I'll usually do. And if you can just smack him, he'll stop. You see, that just kind of shuts it down. You just got to keep it. Now this lower level, don't worry about that just yet. As I said, we're going to do a loop around and it's going to bring us right over there. So we'll have your page. Boom. Yeah, knocks him back. It depends on the attack, but it helps a lot. Now, the golden screen on the left, you can pick up 10 cave moss there. This lift will take you down. We're not going to take it for a bit, though. And there's nothing over there. So now when you go on out, like I said, it'll just loop you back around to that low level. That way you can do a loop and not actually miss any items. And if you were to follow this up, it's just going to bring you right back upstairs. just so we have it all clear and we have all of our items. There's going to be a page to your left. Thank you. Smithing 4, and then we should be good. Just for hell of it. Alright. Now with that, we can go on out here. This, like I said, just going to bring you right back up. Now, to actually proceed, there's a few things to note. When we went through, there was that lift. That lift's going to take you into the building and then eventually down. But we have stuff on the roof too. So what we're going to have to do is go through the rooftop route twice to ensure you get all the items. So one of those is going right here. So you're like halfway down the lower steps. That's the real way we want to take. But there's one item you have to go this way to get to. Now there will be gargoyles. So where is he? Is he on the other one? Might be the other one. But there's a lot of gargoyles that like will hang off the wall. Yeah, it's the other one. You see that? So just be cautious of it. But when you go down this way, there's one item that you can't reach unless you take this specific drop. So what we're going to do is go ahead and drop here. Grab your golden room 9. And we're just going to jump back right over here to East Capitol Rampart. Now the enemies will come back. We're not worried about them. We're just going to run past them. We'll go. We'll take our other drop, then clear our roofs. So this time you're just going to go all the way. And if you want, I mean, it's just free soul. One smack a piece in there, spending. They're in your way, kinda. So fuck it. Stop it. And you can get their weapon for faith builds if you like it. Little envoy horn. So you're just going to stick to the right, jump on down, get to that lower level. Try to shorten this up a bit. You. And you only, I mean, you could just run past and ignore them all. Keep that in mind. So once you get here to the door, just look down. That's your drop. Wait on the gargoyle, we could have seen before. You know he's there. Smack him. Now we're just going to be going through the rooftops and just, grabbing everything there is, getting up to the main street. After that point, we still have to go take the main route and, go through all the buildings, but this is going to surpass the rooftops. That's what we got to do first. Take him. For the most part, you're going straight, but then you're going to have to bring it to the right. Oh, you sneaky fuck. Oh, we killed him with one. Alright, so I have that. So golden room 9. Drop. Then we're going to... Actually, were we not supposed to drop? Because we got to get over there. I don't think we can... yeah, I think we're supposed to go up that way. So if that happens, just jump, hold, run. Then you can make that jump. Alright, like I said, we're going to branch over to this side. Take him down. Run and jump. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of guys underneath you on the little side streets and all that, so that's where we're going next. Don't worry about them just yet. There should be a stone sword key I don't remember us picking up. Is that it? Yeah, okay. You. For the most part, we should be good. Just make sure you are checking all the roofs. Some items can blend in quite nicely. There will also be some other roofs we cannot reach from here. So if you see items like over there, like way over there, we can't get to it. We're going to have to wait. But there will be another way up to do that. But that should bring you all the way to your street level right there. Yeah, so from this point over, all those roofs we just get from another place. So we're going to jump back to Capitol Rampart one last time. Hopefully. We're so close to a level. We're like 15,000, but that's not that, it's not that big of a deal anymore. Start getting some pretty big runes moving forward. That's definitely enough. Let's go ahead and grab that. So I said we're going to focus on faith until we hit about 50, and then we get into strength. So that's 3 levels. I was just going to take it up to 60. That's pretty much where you'd stop doing a dual stat build, 60-60. But let's get to 50 so we ensure we at least hit 50-50 on our damage stats. If you can at least get 50-50, you're good. You know what I mean? If you're doing like dual stat build, quality, faith, strength, dex, and it doesn't matter. If you can get 50-50 in both damage stats, you're golden, you know? So that's going to be the goal. Then after that, we'll just bring those up together, you know what I mean? But we have 3 more levels. We're already at 50-50 with our base stats being all the way done. So we're looking good. But I do want to start pumping that strength up. Because even though the scaling is better based on our weapon, you definitely get more damage with physical than you are with fire. All the time. Even though the scaling isn't as good. Alright, so we're going to go through this again, guys. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 3 levels. We'll get that here soon. Probably this episode. And you can, you know, fight who you want, whatever, you know, whatever you want to do, but we just want the lift. Ooh, about got us there. Alright, so going on down, there's lower levels. In fact, if you jumped on the roof here, you can get to them. Don't worry about that. There's nothing that we're missing. We're just not to it yet. So you're going to want to use your lock on here, find out who's dead and who's not. Who's dead, who's sleeping. And we have Perfumer Trish. Sorry if you get her. Be aggressive with those biatches. There's such a hassle. He was asleep. Make sure you got them all. Alright. Get your boluses, then head on up. Don't worry about that path. We're going to drop down to it. So going up here is going to get you a quest item. And we'll get into this shortly. So you got to go to the opposite side. So we started going over the Dung Eater's quest line when we were down in the lake talking to the Black Guard a few episodes back. And I said, you know, we can go get his dialogue, but we can't wrap up the quest until we get 3 Seedbed Curses, which are, you know, quest item. Once you get the first, the door will unlock past the Twin Maiden Husk at the Round Table Hold. Then you can talk to the Dung Eater. But you got to get 3 Seedbed Curses. This will be your second. You got 1 in Volcano Manor. You got 1 here. You'll get 1 in the Underground. And if you happen to miss one somewhere over in the Halix Tree, there'll be 1 there. But as soon as we do the Underground of the capital, we will be able to get into that quest. So just for now, you know, pick that up and keep moving. Now, we're going to go over here. This is pretty much just going to dead end. Stop it. Yep. They love their little bubbles, which will tank most of your hits. So you want to try to get to them before they can cast that on themselves, or just slap the shit out of them. There's going to be a guy over here on the left that wants to pop out on you too, Paige. Who always has so much health for a little dude. Alright guys, so now that we have that, what you can do is just jump over the rail to the left, and instead of going down that way, we can just loop around. And this time, ignore the ladder, go straight through. Now, all of this does connect if you choose the wrong path, but this one's the easiest to understand. If you want all the way down to the road, you can work your way back up if you know where to go. But this is easier to follow, make sure no one misses anything. Oops. Just want to make sure no one's behind us. Don't worry about that door. Just making sure no one's behind us. We're about to go in what's called the Room of Death. It's just a pain in the ass. But not just yet. So what I would typically do is just go straight through here. We will have to come back in. I'm going to show you why. But this is like a dead end, so it's easy enough just to get done real quick. Oh, really? Great Shield makes him much easier, as we were telling you guys before. So if you go out of the building and just go to the right hand side, like I said, this is just a dead end, so we're going to knock this out. Did we alert him? Yep, it's okay. Usually you can get a backstab off right there. 1. Stuff, and we are good. Oop, almost. There we go. Miquela's Lily. They're kind of rare, only in some places. Then from here, what we're going to do is go back in. Because it's important you enter this room this way. I just wanted to go and get that shortcut done. If you went outside, you can go in the room that way too. So there's a lot of perfumers and pages and just a lot of bullshit. So I would typically do the perfumer first on the left. It's just a lot of fire, explosives, you know, you get the drill. But okay, it's the room of death. You have pages and you have perfumers, and honestly, it could be a lot of trouble. Now, if you stay aggressive, probably didn't look bad. I promise it can be, you know. Talking from experience here, guys. Talking from experience. Just be aggressive. Stay on them. Don't let up. Go for the heavy hitters first. You know what I mean? Perfumers, because they can buff the other enemies. They can put those bubbles around them, so you can't do any damage. So they are always going to be your first priority. Over here to the left is, you know, dead end. Then if you went out to the right, that's that other dead end we just cleared. So you're not going to be missing nothing there. That's going to wrap up that whole section. Now moving forward, go to the left, put up your shield. Thank you. You got another big boy. Usually you can get a backstab after that. It's not lining up like you said he does that, but you can. So if he does that, try to roll through and backstab. Even if it's not consistent, it can most definitely help you if you're struggling. Yep. Alrighty, so just double checking myself. I always feel like I'm missing something here. We got really good notes, but I still feel like we're missing shit. So when we go out, go to your immediate left here. Go up the main road. There's not really a boss, just a really elite enemy. Erdtree Avatar is going to just spawn in on you. But we don't, you know, we don't want to do it just yet. We are getting there. I'm just kind of closing off these loose ends right now. And that leads you back out. But if you take this out, that guy's going to spawn right in. So just backtrack, just so we know this is done, right? But what we really want to do is go over here around the wagon to the right-hand side. Because if you zoom in on your map, you got to go in between all these little buildings. It's just, you know, the items tucked in, all these little aisles. So that's what we're trying to do. You get your room 9. Like this one doesn't really have shit. But just to be thorough, we'll go ahead and just run through them real quick together. Because most of them just take a second. Some will have enemies and everything else, so be cautious. And they will connect. It's like when you go in this one. I think it's down more, but you'll see a few guys over here. Yep. Make sure you get all your items first. This should be good. I couldn't get the guard counter on that one. Alright, boys, just line it up. Thank you. Thank you. Told you, they will fucking line up on you. That's okay. You know, there's a reason why we recommended the build we did. Those guys line up like that, or Asher Boar's just laying them all down like fucking dominoes. You gotta love it. Makes life so much easier. Alright, so from here, that's good. I think it's the back right. Yeah. Very back right. And Imped, it's another helm. We have a few of those out. And that's where that item was. So if you didn't take that first drop before because how we did the rooftops twice, if you didn't take that first drop, you'd see that item up there and be like, how the fuck do I get that? How did I miss that on the rooftop? Because you just can't get to it from the way you went. Now this is the other side of pretty much like the main gate. I'm sorry, the path out. This takes you to Mountaintops of the Giants, but it does not get unlocked until after you... Oh, can we? I did not know this, guys. I did not fucking know this. That is wild. Okay, well, open it up if you want. That takes you up north. I thought you had to take out the main boss. I never had the audacity to even try it. I was just trying to show it off. But yeah, that's wild. Still learning shit. So that takes you to Mountaintops of the Giants. But typically you do all the castle, the whole underground. Then there'd be like one of these little red markers, pink markers at that door showing you the path of progression. You'd pop that, and this would lead you on out to a big ass lift right here, which takes you to the Forbidden Lands, and then there'd be another lift that takes you over to Mountaintops of the Giants. So that's crazy. Did not know that you could have access to Mountaintops of the Giants before the capital. because it's important to do the capital before that for really big story reasons, and it's higher level. I wouldn't recommend going, but yeah, that's the way you take. I did not expect that to open for us now. Wild shit. Getting back on track. That blew my mind. As soon as you start progressing down the main path again, you have your Earth Tree avatars gonna spawn like right in front of us. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take him out, grab a few slow loots, and then on the right we're gonna go in here for a side of grace. Even though we're not doing this side of this episode, we are gonna go ahead and grab that side of grace. We'll reset and go over what we're doing from there. He should be on our ass, like right around here. And that's that little side area we already cleared the item on the stairs. So you fought these guys enough where there shouldn't really be a challenge anymore. Lord's Room, it's a good one. It's like 50,000. So like I said, up to this point, everything, on the left side's done, so we're good there. Then eventually, you'll go over here to the right, and there's going to be a door. Now, we still have to do this stuff, so keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and go through the gold door, go down the stairs to your right, be your side of grace. I honestly think you're good to rest here because Earth Tree Avatar's not going to respawn, let's be honest. And then everything else we're kind of past, so I just wouldn't be too worried about it. Alright, had to check my battery, see what we're on. So we're good. Only 21 minutes in, we're looking good. Alright, so going back out that door, we're just going to take a left. You're going to see some stairs right here. So it's going to take us on up. As soon as you go up, we're going to go to the left-hand side. I'm doing my backstab prick. God. Oh, they were behind and in front. I was like, what the fuck is really going on here? All that ruckus to go down 2 swings. Bunch of fucking pansies is what they are. Bunch of fucking pansies. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. So sticking to the far left-hand side. This will take you on up. Now this is actually going to connect to the area we were doing before. Well, you could have just, those rooftops, we could have just dropped down here. There's a reason we didn't, because we weren't here yet, and you guys would be really confused navigation-wise. So we're going to see this all the way through, another dead end. Try to get out of the way of his fire. I wouldn't even worry about the items just yet, guys. Hand down. Okay, it disconnects. I never thought to look over there. Alright, so we're going to pick up your Somber 5. Crazy, we're still finding Somber 5, bro. So I said, do the underground. It's the only reason we have a maxed out weapon right now. Alright, and we should be good and caught up. Now, there are still other things to do that are down there. I'm wondering if I should go off my notes, kill all the enemies, and then just get you free reign of the place. That might make life a little bit easier. But then we're kind of working past everything to go back. I guess it really doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll stick to the way I did it, because if I go off my notes, that's when shit kind of gets fucked up. So with all that cleared out, what we're going to do is just backtrack. Jump for the rail here. This guy's just kind of chilling to himself, playing a flute. Now this leads back to an area we've already done. Remember I told you to ignore that door? The Room of Death, that was right over here. Now that there was just something I missed, just to be completely honest. We meant to grab it, I ended up missing it, my fault, but we got it. So what we'll do is just run straight on through. I'm sure you guys probably caught that, so. Doesn't matter, because look at that, that puts us right back where we were. So this item is an item you have to go up top for. So what we're going to do is, right over here on the right, that's that gold door where we got our side of grace. So we'll go up again. this time we're going to work things a bit differently. There it is. So you should be able to just jump right out. Yeah. Just jump right out, land on your cart, pick that up, roll off, go up again. Alright, so all that clear, what we're going to do now, yeah, we're into the fight now. That's what I thought. Just go straight up. That puts you right back where you were. The thing of it is going forward, there's going to be a lot of fucking soldiers, guys. So what I will typically do is go behind this building. There'll be a few back here, and they're just going to pile on. They're really just going to pile on. So if we could just, thin the numbers a bit, that's what we want to do. So like right here, line them up, wait on them. Whatever ability you have. If you're not going along with the recommended ability, use whatever you got. That just really brung down your numbers. And there's going to be a few of these archers here, and as you see, they do a shit ton of damage, guys. They do a lot of fucking damage. Hey, dumbass. Now, as you see, they're all cleared out, and, life is much easier for it. We're not out of the woods just yet. So, gravelstone, we're going to go over to the right-hand side, golden rune. Oh, they just throw backstab with it. You. Thank you. There you go. Tarnished golden sunflower. Backstab. And you see that item, and then that's going to take us lower. So we'll do that. But first, we're going to go over here. So it's going to be a dead end. You're going to have a fight with the old friend. I'm buffing up because I fucking hate him. Fucking hate him. Big ass lion. There's also a perk here. What's worse than a big ass lion? Giving someone a buff. I guess the is a little overkill. But, fuck it. Keeps us safe from it. Alright, just make sure you haven't missed any drops. Now, if you go straight, this is a dead end. We're going to connect this next episode. So pretty much, when you go over here, you're going to look across and see the bridge is broke. So that is a smithing 6. Not really a big deal, but we'll get it. So we're going to pretty much climb these big-ass roots, and then we're going to drop down to this Coliseum and work our way downhill, and that will lead us there. So there's just nothing you can do about it right now. So from this point, you're actually towards the end of this half. Now, with that being said, you have a few options here. So with you backtracking, you can go this way and just go straight to the left and then fight these guards. There's like, should be a guy right here. But on those stairs, there's like a few soldiers there. However, we got to hit this drop for this item regardless. So you might as well just go this way. Then one of your legendary weapons is actually right there. You see that big ass metal beam? That's actually a bolt. And that is one of your legendary weapons for your platinum up there, so we'll get that later if anyone notices it. It's coming, just not yet. It's next episode type shit. Alright, so grab your stone sword. We're going to drop down. Take him. Hey, Trish. Bye, Trish. Now, this is going to take you to, like, not the real underground area, but a short underground area. We're not doing that just yet. What we're going to do last. That way we can focus on, one level at a time. Alright, far side of the stairs. Golden room. There's just shit everywhere here. They're just giving you everything you need. Alright, now we're going to start working our way to the stairs. So if you went back over here, that's where we just came from. You'll see the stairs over there on your left, and now you're back on the main road. So progressing, that's the door we took for your side of grace. So that brings you full circle. Now this is the only thing that's left on the top surface of this half at least, right? So try to single these fuckers out. There's one bigger bro, but with our shield, he's really not that bad. Or he wants to buff or whatever the fuck he wants to do. Just get a free backstab. Fuck him up. Now this does have to be open from the other side, I know for sure. You get to pull a lever. That comes next episode. Not worried about that. Now, while we're here, we're going to go ahead and head for the underground, because we could just jump to this other side of Grace at any time. Then that will take us up to that gate that leads out. Then we could go to the left and get a shortcut back to the side of Grace. So it makes sense to do that last. And if the guys respawn, it's not going to matter because we have that side of Grace. So just going back over here. What you're going to do is go on down. You're going to drop, stick to the right. Otherwise, yeah, I think you know. So there's a few things to do here. So going out, that's going to drop a shortcut. And this, if you pull up the map, has led to the other side. It just kind of connects all the areas and stuff like that. But we're not going to hit this just yet. We're just really getting that shortcut. That's all we want to do. That's why I say we weren't really worried about it. It's just connecting your area. It doesn't really matter which way you go out from here. Now you could just fast travel. You know, it's up to you guys. Now if you guys want, we can go and rest. We picked up some pretty big ones. Let's go ahead and grab a level, because that's 50,000. Then the other one's like 20. That might be enough right there. It's gonna be close. We'll see. It's gonna be close. Yep. So 48. Now we're going to get back to the main street. So just run out this gate, go to the left, and we're going to run all the way down. Now the only thing we're really worried about is getting a shortcut. That's it. You know, that's our only real concern. Damn, I can't believe we did this whole episode in 30 minutes. I was expecting it to take longer. But I am going to wrap up here because this is, you know, what we had planned. I said at the start, usually in our series we'll go for like 30 minutes, and we've been going for an hour because open world is fucking big. But I mean, if we're done, we're done, because I don't want to start something that we can't finish next episode. You know what I mean? So over here on the left, this is another shortcut. This leads to something we're doing next episode, so don't worry about that just yet. We'll be getting into that later on. So instead, we're going to go this way. Fight Mr. Crucible Knight, Spear Variant. And he is pretty much just blocking your shortcut. And leading in with the stomp. What the fuck? What's wrong with me today? Usually just parry this guy as much as we want. We just did a double fight. That's weird. I never missed the back. That's weird. Come on, hard ass. Now we gotta make up for your bullshit. Alright, here's room 5, another good one. Golden room 9, used to be good. Now 3,800 rooms doesn't sound too impressive. Used to be though. Alright guys, with that, you can pop your door. Go over here to the left, and you're back all the way at the start where you met Bach. And that's going to wrap us up. So, you know, that's our first loop around. Sure, we didn't miss any of our items. So just to kind of go over what we've done. You know, we've done all the rooftops here. We've done everything in between. And we have knocked out up to this gate. That's that main gate there. We've knocked out everything here. Now, next episode, what we're going to be doing is taking the shortcut down. Then we'll just start going through, you know, knocking all this out, which will eventually lead us on up to, you know, one of the main bosses and get your 4th talisman slot. We'll be able to close out this invasion the Volcano Manor. Then we could actually jump back and send Bernal to the end of the game to line up the rest of his quest line. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we'll just be getting into all that and closing out, the rest of the capital. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll catch you back here shortly.